Kick-Ass 2 is... Dave is once again played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, because he needs 3 names, and just wants to fit in. So he joins the Justice Forever group, led by Colonel Stars and Stripes, played by Jim Carrey. Hit Girl, or Mindy, as she's also known, Chloe Grace Moretz, because she also needs 3 names. On the other hand, she's trying to fulfill a promise to her adopted dad and leave her superhero ways. Of course, in comes the motherfucker, who's played by McLovin. That's his villain name.
I know, I still love that.
Wants everyone to pay for Kick-Ass, killing his dad in the previous flick, so he hires a bunch of evil bastards, led by a really kick-ass, sadistic Mother Russia, to go out and cause a bunch of havoc. Evil things happen, people die. Hit Girl has a mini Mean Girl 2 film in the middle of this, and decides that she wants to get back to work, and everybody collides in a giant showdown. So first up, Aaron Taylor Johnson is boring. He's a good actor, I have no doubts. I liked him in the first movie, but for whatever reason here, he just shows up, does what he's got to do, and leaves. The only thing he brings new to the movie is he worked out a lot. So his abs look fantastic. Christopher Mintz-Plasse is McLovin in everything. Everything the guy does, he's just McLovin. There's like a couple scenes, and there's one scene in particular, and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, where he's in prison talking to his uncle. And it's a long scene, and some things happen, and he does a great job. I thought, wow, they're going to have a huge arc, and he's actually going to turn into a real villain. He's not going to be this goofy-ass McLovin bastard. Nope. Ends up being McLovin the rest of the movie. Just totally wasted, because I really think he could have pulled it off, and they just didn't let him. Chloe Moretz, fantastic. If you loved her in the last film, you're going to love her here, except for there is a little section where she's trying to fit in with teen girls, and it goes on a little bit too long. But it's Hit Girl. When she's Hit Girl, it's on fire. It's awesome. Jim Carrey, Justin. For all the hype that he's been making by protesting the violence in the movie and everything else, his character actually hates violence and basically implies it. He doesn't really use violence. So it's kind of odd that he's so against his character, or he's just against the movie in general, whatever. But he's pretty good in it. I mean, there's no mugging or anything. He plays the role completely straight, and he comes off fine. Jeff Wadlow's the director. He took over for Matthew Vaughn, and he just cannot find the right tone. That's my biggest problem with the movie, is it feels like a series of vignettes. It doesn't feel like one cohesive story. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that really took away from a lot of it. So while not nearly as good as the first one, and McLovin is really wearing very thin with me, I'm really tired of that character in everything he does. Kick-Ass 2 still gets a 6.50 out of 10. I mean, it's still fun, still love Hit Girl. It's just too uneven to recommend. And I really want Hit Girl to be spun off and do her own thing.
How's the action? Because, I mean, they made it...
It's good. The action scenes are good, but there aren't as many of them. And the action scenes without Hit Girl just aren't as fun, for whatever reason. I mean, her character is just... I mean, she's the one you really root for and you get into. And the director just doesn't have the same grasp of the material as Matthew Vaughn did. Biggest problem. So $10 full price, $6.50.